poprzednim odcinku.
Nie gadajcie, że jeszcze raz będę musiał całą pętlę robić. Nie wierzę! Moi drodzy, kontynuujemy naszą przygodę w Alan Wake's American Nightmare, a to dlatego, że zakończymy dzisiaj grę. W ostatnim odcinku 3 odcinki, cała seria z głowy. Całkiem mnie to cieszy. To całkiem fajna przeprawa, więc mam nadzieję, że też nie możecie się doczekać zakończenia i że pożegnacie tę serię kciukiem w górę. O kurde bela.
Holy shit! What are you, the King Hillbilly?
Nie przejął się. Tym już się przejął. I całe kurde szczęście. I całe kurde szczęście. Strona maszynopisu rzekomo gdzieś tutaj. O i owszem. O czym?
Thor and Odin Anderson, old gods of Asgard. I still don't quite know what to make of them. I know they used to be rock stars who modeled their stage personas after Norse gods. I know they're old. I know that in their day they fought the darkness as I do. I know they're demented and insane, ravaged by age and self-abuse. But there's something in them, something powerful that took hold when they were touched by the powers beyond. A thing that goes far beyond just stage names. Something godlike.
No nie. W końcu to Thor i Odin. Andersonowie. Ciekawe, czy są spokrewnieni z Ludwiczkiem Andersonem. Oglądaliście w dzieciństwie Świat według Ludwiczka? To moja ulubiona bajka. Jest po prostu zarąbista, naprawdę. Jeżeli nie znacie, to wow. Gdzieś na pewno da się obejrzeć. Okej. Amunicja od groma. Tu są race, przydadzą się.
Right on cue, bubbling to the surface from untold depths, the horrors come. The emerging monsters do not expect the warm reception that has already been prepared for them.
Koło było na miejscu, ropa płynęła, okej. Dawaj. Koło było na miejscu, ropa płynęła. Akumulator był okej, czyli akumulator teraz. A potem muzyka. I uwaga, stru. No pewnie. Czyż was to? Jako, że przeszliśmy tę grę już, nie? W sensie przeszliśmy ten etap, jakby trzeci raz przechodzimy. Zważywszy na fakt, że to jest to pętla czasowa. Nie wkurza was niesamowicie to, że jest jakby cały czas ten zabieg używany. Wszystkie te animacje tego jest takie same? Że ten świat się w ogóle nie zmienia? Mogą być ścieżki inne i tak dalej, segmenty. A takie są zwyczajnie odgrzewanie kotleta. To jest straszne w sumie. No i dobra. I złazimy. Tu trochę amunicji na mnie czeka, więc podejmę. Dziękuję.
Next stop, saving Emma.
No tylko czy tym razem się uda Emmę ocalić? Holy shit. O kurde. Mocny był.
So one morning I was running. It was in the fall. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning. It was the sun was just coming up, and there's this huge estate right on the Long Island Sound called the Ziegler Estate, and it's monstrous, and it has these old iron gates that they're spiked, very, very sharp. But it's acres and acres of land. And so I'm running and I'm listening to Tosca, listening to opera. And there's a moment in Tosca where Tosca's about to stab Scarpia. Very, very dramatic. And it's like, there's this huge duet. And so I'm running, and you can see the breath coming, you can see my breath coming. The sun is coming up, and there's this incredible scene happening. And all of a sudden, in the distance, I look, I see something that's on the fence. And as I'm running up, I realize it's a deer. And the deer has tried to jump over this fence, like 8 feet high. Tried to jump over the fence. It landed on top of the fence. It caught it in its chest, and it slid all the way down. So it opened the deer from the chest to all the way down its stomach, and it was still alive. It was flailing, absolutely flailing. I remember just this music, and the thing was running, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Absolutely couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I couldn't get at the deer. It was on the other side, so it's like the idea of like, okay, well, you should help the deer, try to put out his mirror. I couldn't get near it, and it was huge. It was gigantic. And so and there was like gigantic horns. I mean, it was a visual I will never, ever forget. And I just remember as I was running, and just these flock of crows that were like in the trees just flying. It was the most cinematic, frightening thing I've ever seen. I just stood there. I stood there until it died, and then just started running home.
Serio, i to jest cała opowieść? Gościu, ja liczyłem na jakąś pomoc temu jeleniowi, kurde, bele, masakra.
Is it bad that this time I just went, oh, he's gonna be right along to save my ass?
Not as long as I show up, I guess.
O kurde.
Clear now.
To do dzieła.
Yeah, thanks for saving me again. I'd hate to die before I'm scheduled to be murdered.
I guess I have you to thank for setting everything up at the oil derrick.
Yeah, well, I figured that if we were going to go over this again, we might as well try to be smart about it, huh?
I appreciate it. You took a big chance doing that. You okay?
What do you think? I've died twice. I remember everything pretty clearly now. You said I was gonna be okay.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, it's not your fault. I think one of those, what did you call them? The takers? I think they did something to the power and they got me that way.
I'm sorry.
But I got the keys from the dead guy in that room. And I'm not handing them over until you do something about this. I'm sick of getting killed.
Fair enough. You seem calmer now.
I tried freaking out. It didn't do much good for me. I guess you get used to the craziest stuff.
Tu jest karteczka, podniesiemy ją sobie. O proszę. Strona maszynopisu.
Emma wasn't sure exactly when the man arrived at the motel. But from what she could tell, the party started almost immediately. It was infectious, spreading from one room to another. He was mercurial, almost as if he was flickering through the scene, telling a joke here, throwing an insult there, oozing sex and violence and excitement. She had never seen someone like this before. He looked at her and smiled, and she felt her heart flutter a little. She knew he was the kind of man mothers warn their daughters about, but she told herself it didn't matter.
Okej. O, race się przydadzą i to bardzo. Dobra. I teraz tutaj. Czy raca nie powinna przyspieszać tego procesu? Dobra. Okej. I wszystko cacy. Tutaj mam amunicję, bo pewnie tu jest. Owszem. Dziękuję.
Okay. I really don't think they can get to the power now.
Thank you. That's a relief. Here's the keys that you needed.
Thank you.
Hey, I have to tell you, at the diner, I went there with him. The guy who looks like you, okay? I know I said that I didn't.
Yeah, I figured. Want to talk about what happened at the diner?
There was this guy from the observatory, and he just attacked the poor dude, smashed his face into the tabletop a bunch of times. It was horrible. I didn't know that he was gonna do that. I swear. And I just ran. I just left him there. I didn't even try to help.
There was nothing you could have done. It's not your fault.
Well, he's dead in that motel room now, so excuse me if I feel pretty shitty about it anyway.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
I just didn't want to get involved. I have this tendency to just drop everything and run. I don't think I'm a bad person, but I didn't even call the cops. I'm such a coward.
If you'd called the cops, we'd have dead cops. He's not human. Do you understand? It's not your fault.
But I could have tried to stop him.
Believe me, if you had, you'd be dead. You seem to be doing a little better now.
Yeah, I guess it just got easier once I got this thing off my chest. I just feel so guilty about it, especially because I didn't pick up on any of the warning signs. I just really liked hanging out with him, you know? He was smart and charming and funny and hot. The way you could be, I guess.
I guess.
What's the deal with this guy anyway? He looks like you, he uses your name. Why does he do this stuff?
I'm not sure myself. Maybe he's just evil or my dark half. He does a lot of the stuff I'm trying really hard to get away from. Things that just messed up my life.
I guess all those murders don't help either.
Yeah, I could do without the murders and the end of the world. Listen, I need to get going.
Yeah, go. I think I'm good now, I hope.
Good luck. If it all goes well, maybe this is the last time we meet like this.
God, wouldn't that be great?
Just keep those lights on, okay?
Dobra. To idziemy do pokoju w hotelu. No i mamy to.
The fate of countless individuals hangs in the balance, threatened by the machinations of the Herald of Darkness. And yet, for a moment, the champion of light breathes a little easier. He has saved one life. For this moment, it is enough. And soon, perhaps, he can put an end to this.
Oby. No dobra, w obserwatorium jest jeszcze jedna skrzynka, która jest po prawej od wejścia i chciałbym do niej zajrzeć, bo tam wydaje mi się, że już mamy tyle stron maszynopisu, że możemy sobie je otworzyć i zdobyć to, co się tam kryje. Byłby super.
Returning to the observatory for what he hopes is the final time, the man feels anticipation and dread in equal measure. Soon, he knows, he will have what he needs.
I dla mnie na przykład to, że każda scena ma tę samą cutscenkę, animację, wszystko, to jest takie właśnie lenistwo, nie? Bo mógłby na przykład już być przy bramie, czy nie?
Hello, I was expecting you. I've already taken care of the imaging array, but you should still look into securing the primary coolant. With some luck, you may be able to light the area before these things even show up.
Zabezpiecz główne rury, okej. No i jajco.
Very good. I believe we're ready to look into the sky.
Right there, Doctor.
To już było. To się działo. No i dobra. To lecimy. Cholera. Mamy to. Okej. Czy jest amunicja? Nie. O kurde, szkoda. No dobra. To jest jedyna ścieżka. Prowadzona... O, tutaj. No pewnie, że nie dadzą mi się... Chociaż zapiszę sobie grę. Ale nie, to było zbyt piękne. No i dobra. Pytanie brzmi, czy to się da otworzyć? Nie. Dobra, wjeżdżamy.
Come on in.
Może gdzieś tutaj jest strona maszynopisu jeszcze. Nie, co to za muzyka? Nie wiem, ale pewnie prawa autorskie, więc... I już. Wszyscy? Nie, bo słyszę ich. Jest tego więcej.
There, I have it. But I wish these things would stop blatantly violating the laws of physics in my observatory. That's just rude. Are you all right?
I'll live.
I'm glad. I'll send the lift down to you. I remember our previous encounters very clearly now. But technically, if this really is a loop in time, we've never met before. I don't know why our awareness persists, but it's bloody fascinating.
Doctor?
You know, I know physicists who would give 15 years of their lives for a chance to experience something like this.
I'd imagine that being stalked by horrible axe murderers would curb their enthusiasm a little.
Clearly you've never met hardcore physicists.
I'm glad you're in such good spirits,
The
but
signal! Yes, it's completed.
finally. If all goes well, this should be the last time we go through the loop.
In a strange
No, I
way,
just
he feels at
realized that I
ease.
don't have
He
any
is
memory
armed
of
with
what
his own
happens
words,
after you leave.
and when the time comes, they will be enough, or they will not. For now, he's content to let the currents take him toward the final confrontation.
Wydaje mi się, że 2 kartki były właśnie tam na dole, ale to nic. Przed nami bowiem ostatnia lokacja. No i ciekawe, jak będzie zmieniona i co też działo się będzie na niej.
Once more, we return to the drive-in. If he's aware of the absurdity of arming oneself with a few sentences and standing against a power that can pierce time itself, he doesn't show it. The man has his share of weaknesses, perhaps more, but cowardice is not among them.
No i w tym rzecz, teraz zaczynamy w zupełnie innym miejscu i to jest fajne.
Oh, you got yourself a little plan, do you?
No proszę. Gdzieś tam jest strona maszynopisu, ale to nic. Mamy co trzeba. Mamy co trzeba. Dobra. No pewnie. No i dobra. Nie do końca poszło to po mojej myśli, ale jakoś poszło. Czy jest tu gdzieś amunicja? Przydałaby mi się. Nope. Taczka jest pusta. Fuck. No dobra. Przywróć zasilanie. Z przyjemnością. Z przyjemnością. Żadnych pająków więcej, proszę, ok? Już mi napająkowali. To jest amunicja, są granaty. Dobra. No i dobra. Żadne ciekawe towarzystwo. No chyba nie. Okej, strona maszynopisu z tamtej strony budynku. Jest to do zrobienia i przyjęcia. Ciekawe. Czyli najpewniej gdzieś tutaj. No proszę, 39.
The dark place is utterly hostile to human life. It eats at your mind, wants you to succumb to madness. Your own thoughts can turn against you. Every shadow conceals a threat that attacks at the slightest sign of weakness. You're under endless assault. Every day is a struggle for survival. But I've learned to take care of myself. I focus on Alice, our life together, my need to be with her. That takes me a long way in the dark place. As long as I have my gun and the flashlight.
Dobra. Wejść do budynku z projektorem. Szybko, nie? O nie. No pewnie.
You're never getting out of this, Wake. Never! Don't worry. I'll take care of your wife and your life. You're starting to sound a little desperate.
No i mamy to. Dobra. Teraz do góry. 39 kartek. Przydałaby się jeszcze jedna. Amunicja. Dobra. To czym prędzej. Zwłaszcza, że to jest końcówka, to już teraz mi nowa broń niewiele pomoże. No niewiele się zda.
I don't know what you think you're doing, but I'll send you right back to the beginning.
O kurde.
What? You think whatever it is you're gonna do is gonna make a difference? This'll end up just like before!
To się przyda. Strona 40. No proszę. Dobra. Mroczne fontanny, okej. Wow, shit! Jeszcze jedna. Dawaj. Nie! Mamy to. Okej. I wchodzimy. Ominęliśmy zupełnie tę wariatkę, która była tam wcześniej.
Again, the champion of light enters the final trap. The new reality is almost here. All he needs to do is change the details of the scene, push it past the breaking point, and the rest will snap into place.
Późna noc. Lato się prawie skończyło. Można było dostrzec plakat czarnego filmu. Reflektor rzucał światło na gaśnicę. W projektorze był film Alice. Okej. A skąd ja mam film Alice? Gdzie w ogóle? W projektorze był film Alice. Dobra. Połącz scenę ze stroną może napisu. Czy mnie prowadzą gdzieś daleko? Nie. Tutaj. Nie. Tutaj. Rolka filmu. Okej. Jerzy niby tu? Chyba nie, chyba to obok. Tak. Będzie wielki boss fight, czy nie? Czy po prostu zakończenie? Ojejku.
Oh, come on, buddy. Why don't you... What? What is this? No! No! You can't do this! All I did was take the things you always wanted and never had the balls to go for. It's my turn now! It's my life! It's my life!
Alan? Is it really you?
It's really me.
How? I love you.
I love you.
A woman, a man, two lovers, held apart for far too long, enveloped in the light of a glorious dawn. They both feel it. He's home at last. Are these actual events, or merely a dream? A memory, or a glimpse of what is to come? One thing is certain. This scene takes place in another time and another place, far, far away from Night Springs.
Myślę, że to będzie bardzo fajny wplot w drugą część. Jestem ciekaw, jak poprowadzą jej fabułę i jak się będzie odnosić i jak się będzie miała do tego chociażby i zakończenia tego, czy w ogóle całego kanonu Alana Wake'a. Nie mogę się doczekać, moi drodzy dwójki, naprawdę mam nadzieję, że wy też czekacie. Dajcie mi znać w komentarzach, a skoro już tam jesteście, pamiętajcie o kciuku w górę dla tej serii. Nie zapomnijcie o subskrypcji i dzwoneczku, wtedy żaden film was nie ominie. A ode mnie w tym odcinku to tyle. Mam nadzieję, że się wam podobało. Pamiętajcie, że moje odcinki powstały dzięki wsparciu patronów z Patronite'a, do którego link znajdziecie na ekranie i poniżej. Ponadto pamiętajcie o kciuku w górę i tym, że odcinki na kanale pojawiają się codziennie o 16 i 19. Śledźcie Facebooka i Instagrama, żeby być na bieżąco, oraz Twitcha, jeżeli chcecie oglądać mnie na żywo prawie codziennie. Tymczasem trzymajcie je ciepło i do miłego usłyszenia.